Hello, Courthouse clients. You are getting me in the comfort of my little studio today. Apologies for the video the other day. Like I said, there were some issues with some music that I had in the video as far as like copyright stuff, and it's just not coming back on, and I'm not sure why. So what I figured I would do is just post all the moves that I did from Tuesday and give you guys the actual workout as far as the formatting, and you can just do it on your own. So I can give you all the different modifications and everything and post it on there for you guys to do at your own convenience. So that is what I'm going for. So if you were here on Tuesday and did the workout already, great. Obviously you can use that whenever you want as a repeat. For those of you who didn't get the chance to do it live and then the video disappeared, it is a 40-20 Tabata format. So we are doing 8 moves and we are working for 40 seconds on and 20 seconds off. So it is pretty quick and flowy. That 20 seconds does kind of fly by, especially for the kind of moves we're doing. So yeah, so that is what we're going for. So I am just gonna go through all the different exercises and then leave you to it. So what we have first is our dead bug. So, also just a quick explanation before I get going even more. Animal flow is just a different way of working your body. So it is going to incorporate a lot of strength moves, but because of the type of moves they are, you're going to get a lot of mobility out of it as well. So you're just working your joints in different ways. So your body's going to get really warm. You're going to feel a good workout after, but you're definitely going to feel your joints really open up too. So there you have it. So our first move is dead bug. So you guys are gonna be on a mat, on your floor, whatever. Dead bug, we're getting the core nice and prepped. So you're gonna press that low back into the floor. Your knees are gonna be above your chest, above your hips, sorry about that. Knees above your hips, hands above your chest. Make sure you're really keeping everything in contact with the floor, and you're extending opposite arm, opposite leg. So we're going to be working our way up from this movement here. Everything is going to flow from basically this position up into a bigger movement. So you're going to work this for 40 seconds. Now again, if you're having issues with the opposite arm, leg reach, or you're feeling that low back come up, you can just hold this position, or you can just do a heel tap to decrease that range of motion. So that is our first one. So dead bug. Then we have our crab reach. So this one is a major hip and back opener, all right? Now again, like I said, you're moving your joints in a lot of different ways, which means your shoulder joint is kind of being put into a lot of different positions. So we want to make sure it's safe. So for this one, you are gonna pull your heels, and excuse the funny socks, that's what I got going on this morning. So heels into the glutes. Your hands are going to be back behind you, but make sure you're really engaging those shoulders. And one term I used a lot on Tuesday was corkscrew. So you're really corkscrewing that wrist and kind of like you're twisting a can open. That way it protects that shoulder joint. So what you're going to do is have fingers pointing away from your body, hand pulled in to the chest. And then what we're doing is we're doing a bridge. So bridge up. And then you're letting the arm just kind of flow across your body and just kind of hang there. And then you'll come down. Now you can do about 3 here, or you can just keep flowing from each side. So again, this is what that looks like. See how I'm coming up into a full bridge? Feels really amazing on the back. Now, if that is gonna put too much stress on your shoulder, or you can't perform that, then you are just going to hold this position here, just a little crab position here. And if you actually do really want to get that bridge position, what you can do is here and then just bridge up. Or one thing you can do is extend one leg out, have your arm here, and then you're just going to open up. All right, so couple different variations there for you. That one can't really be done elevated. I know some of the other ones can, but or if you want, you can just get on the floor and do a bridge. I'm totally fine with that. Really, we're just trying to open up the hips. obviously the shoulder and the reach are just an added benefit. All right, now we are going to go into our side kick through. So for this one, I'm actually going to take my funny socks off. So on this one, what you're going to do is get into a bear crawl position. So what you have is hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, dig those toes in. What you're gonna do is lift up, knees are just about an inch off the floor, and then from here, I'm going to take my right hand up, and then my left leg is gonna loop through, okay? Sorry, words are hard this morning. So, here, and then I'm going to twist. See how I really pull my elbow back, and then my leg is just kind of floating above the floor. Now, if you want, you can just set it down if that's gonna be better for you. And then you're gonna return. Don't have a lot of room over here, but you're gonna go to the other side. So, modification for that one would be setting the leg down and not just letting the leg float. You can also do this one elevated. So, I don't really have a lot of elevated tools in my studio because it's small. But what you can do is, I'm just gonna use my little nightstand here. So you can kind of get into that elevated bear crawl position, and then you can kind of just open up. So again, it's gonna take a lot of that pressure and stability out as opposed to being on the floor, and you're still gonna get that opening up movement. We're really opening up the sidelines of the body on this one. But again, because we are really opening up the sides, getting that work there, another move we can do for this one too that's gonna be pretty relatable is just a side plank. So, again, knees or fully stacked legs, you're just gonna bridge up and open up, okay? So, that is our side kick through. All right, so now we are going to move into our forward beast, okay? So, forward beast is basically just a bear crawl. That's just their term for it. So, you guys hopefully have more space than I do, but I'm just gonna kind of coach what you would do. You're gonna move forward and back. It's just gonna be about 5 steps forward, 5 steps back. So get into that same position we just were for the side kick through. What you're going to do is lift up, and then kind of like that dead bug, you're gonna move opposite arm, opposite leg. Really, that's how all these movements work, it's opposite. And you're gonna move forward and back, okay? For the 40 seconds. All right. Modifications or options. What we have is you can just do what's called a chameleon creep. So here, and then just lift opposite hand and foot. Or you can do just a bear crawl hold. And that's gonna get things working there, okay? All right, so now we are going to basically unload from that position. So after this one, it's actually just called a loaded beast. It's in a way it's actually kind of unloaded though. So we're basically getting a thoracic spine, T-spine stretch, really stretching the lats. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna load up into that same position we just were, and then you're just gonna sit back into your heels. It's kind of like a child's pose, except you don't have your knees on the floor, but that is a modification if you need it. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, prop yourself up, and then from here you are shooting back and then pressing your head through your arms, and then loading back up over your wrist. Sitting back, and then coming back up. So it's very flowy back and forth. You're really gonna get a lot of things working in this one. I mean, my feet, ankles were definitely feeling on Tuesday, because like I said, you're working a lot of different joints at a time. So on that one, modification is just a simple child's pose. So what you can do is load up into that same position, but then when you go back, just prop your knees down. Simple as that. All right. I think we have 3 more moves left. I'm kind of losing track here because I don't have my board to follow. I'm just going off of memory. So next one is going to be our lateral traveling ape. So this one is a major hip opener, really prepping you for being into a squatted position. Now, one thing I mentioned on this one on Tuesday is that, as you can tell, my heels do not touch the floor because I have really bad ankle mobility and tight calves and really tight hips as well. It works all the way up. But for this one, it's great for that, to really get into that movement. So on this one, I'm going to start a little bit more to the side. So proud chest here, hands on, start on the inside, and then when you actually go to perform the movement, your hands are gonna come to the outside and then you're going to move along. So here, and then hop over. And notice how I land back into that same position. Now a couple different things for this one. You can use like a coffee table or anything elevated and do this movement just elevated and just kind of hopping from that surface. So you can kind of be elevated like this and then put your hands on the table and then kind of hop. Still focusing on staying into that squatted position. So that's kind of an option for that one, or you can kind of just hold a deep squat, hold on to something and just work those hips back and forth. As far as elevating the position or increasing intensity, there's a couple different ways of doing that. So you notice I just kind of did a low hop there. You can make a bigger hop. So you can really kick the legs back. So you can be like here, kick the legs back and get back into that deep squat. Or you can reach out that leg that's leading. So here, and then notice how I really extend the leg and then I'll get back into that squat position. Woo, my hips are feeling worked on this one. Okay, that is the lateral traveling beast. All right, so, cool thing is also, hopefully you'll know if I skipped anything or not, because I did post the board on Tuesday, so you can go back and reference that. So I think I'm doing everything. 2 more moves, inchworm, and then we got our front step. So inchworm is gonna feel really good on the back of the legs. So you got those calves stretching, glutes, hammies. So tip over with as straight of legs as possible. And then you're gonna walk out to that plank position. And then from here, you keep inching your legs closer to your hand. So you're basically just inchworming forward. There's no backward option on this one. So I'll back up a little bit, just do a few of those moves. So notice I'm inching my feet towards my hands and then just keep going forward. All right, I'm warm. One more move and then I'm actually gonna get to my actual workout. So we have our front step. So this one is really focusing on the hip flexors with an added thoracic spine rotation. So on this one, we're actually gonna get into that loaded or unloaded position that we did earlier for the beast. So kind of like that child's pose position, and then you're driving forward and it's a really fluid, quick movement. So obviously I have options for you. So from here, loaded, and then you're quick stepping forward, and then notice how I really rotate with that movement. I'm pressing those hip flexors through the floor though, and then from here it's a fluid motion back. Here, and then opposite side, and then back. So yes, we need options on this one. That one's, honestly, it's very difficult for me, especially since I'm really tight. So again, the benefits of Animal Flow. You're really opening up your body. So on this one, you can just be on your knees for a modification. So you can be back in that child's pose and then step forward, but notice how my knee's on the floor, and then back, and then back. Or what you can do is just go way slower. So you can go into that position I started out with, and then step, and then rotate. So it's kind of like a 2-parter there. All right, whew. Like I said, this stuff gets you warm. That was only one round of everything and I didn't even go full 40 seconds. So just a reminder, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, 3 rounds. Body's gonna be feeling it. This actually could get you ready for the workout that Chris has for you today at noon, which again, I don't know. I think he's doing a Tabata, but just doing more traditional exercises. So Courthouse clients, there you have it. Comment below if you have any questions or anything at all. I really hope this one works. I don't have any music in the background, so hopefully it should. So I think we're good. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.